how much impact can you make with a blog post or an online presence that's been outsourced and missing that?
It's a really good question, because I think going back to the London company that I worked for, just to give you an example, they would market what they did, and they're not actually in business anymore, that agency I was working with. I was really, shocked, surprised when I found this out. Yeah, because they had the roof over their heads, the office was, everything was fine, they were hiring new people quite frequently, so there were the budgets there. But I think the problem behind the model was that, okay, we can't really show you what it will do for you. Yes, having your this was a social media company, so they were all about, okay, look, you're spending all this time on Facebook, on Twitter, on getting your account manager to do X and Y. We can do that for you. You can have all this lovely activity that looks great, but then there wasn't really the sustainability of being able to say, okay, this is the ROI of why you need this activity online, that form of exposure. But then, and that's really where the doubt seeps in, is where, okay, marketing's great, it's a nice to have, it's something I might do now and again, once or twice a year, just to look good, but that's not really where the serious leads and opportunities are going to come from. People are going to learn about what we do, the value that we can do, especially if you're B2B, you're not just going to fall on a blog post, a Twitter page, and just buy something there and then. Even if you wanted to, you couldn't, because of, as you know, Adam, because of procedures, policy, people aren't thinking fully in their own mind in that office 9 to 5. So yes, there is a suspicion of, okay, for example, if we said, okay, voice doc guarantees, if you buy a business pack premium and you get so many articles per month, people will begin to read your articles, fall on them, and buy. That isn't an honest. It's better than that. The reality is better than that, but that's not the way it works. So the way it works is companies with already, that opportunity, that interest, companies that are already, have the leads, have the investors, have the opportunities floating around, already in discussion. So warm leads, as it were, those who have already got through the door. Okay, I like what you guys do, now I'm just thinking about it. But if we think about marketing, for example, a company has, like for every 100 or so people that are coming in, for the first time, there are probably hundreds and hundreds of people who spoke to you in the past, who are floating around online, thinking about joining, but might need that extra push. They're not cold clients. They've had an introduction to your brand or what you do, but it's almost as if they have 5 other options. What is it that makes you different? How are you an authority in the market? What do you publish that really demonstrates that authority? And to my surprise, when I started to introduce the PR just as part of my role, there were tens and tens of clients that were thinking of coming in, may even have come in a year later, with the next budget refresh cycle, but who basically just simply came in because, the brain had been switched on. Basically, they were reading, really high quality Forbes grade material that really positioned the brands that we were supporting as experts in the field, really automating that. Okay, how will this impact my company? What are the implications for X and Y? That can all be automated very effectively with a strategic PR or content publishing strategy. So that tool of getting people over the line, making a year-long sales cycle become a 2-month sales cycle, is of high value. It's of very high interest for the fintech community in London that we work with, the blockchain projects looking for those ICO token buyers, and many others. That sales cycle length, I think, is more important than the volume to begin with, and I think that's why we, in marketing terms, that's why we're very useful, as it were.